It's hard to believe, but Hanamikoji, a simple card game, is ranked one of the best card and board game releases of 2013. But do we agree with this assessment? Tune in to find out here on Legendary Tactics. So what are your thoughts on Hanamikoji, Mr. Cax?
Yes, I you know what? I'm it's growing on me.
Yeah.
I was at first turned off a little bit by the symbology of the game and just those like the weird geisha, not really knowing what's what, and even the symbols that you're kind of vying for. But as you play more and you kind of immerse into it a bit more, it starts becoming more second nature. So
it's a very simple game. The aesthetic is very simple. It's very much like a Japanese style of aesthetic where it's very straightforward and you know, it's funny because we started playing this game, and my initial thoughts were, well, this is gonna, you know, this game's super simple, and there's not a lot of depth to it. But as I continue to play, I'm very pleased with the strategic depth. It's kind of like, you know, unraveling an onion or whatever you call it. There's always another layer there to the strategy.
Agreed. And I love the dueling mechanics for how you could win as well, where you have the point system, but you also have the area control.
Yes.
And that's a really neat way to sort of spin it. And I believe, is it total points does win though in the end if they were because we had a game.
Yeah, if you have charm points that total up to 11. So in other words, if you get control of a 4, 5, and 2. Or 3, 3, and 5, then you would win. So you want to target the higher value geishas, but the problem is you can also win by taking control of 4 geishas. So if you go all in on, you know, the top 3 or whatever, and you end up giving up 4, the favor of 4 geishas, then it can be a problem. So
that's right. Yes.
Yeah. So what do you like best about this game?
I think I like the puzzling of how you're going to order it out, what you're going to offer your opponent, and that sort of it's sort of knowing at times that, you know, they always get first pick on what you're giving them.
Yes.
I do really like that. And you said it best when you said I make every choice that when I'm thinking of what to give, I want it to be a very hard decision for you.
Yes.
And so having that as the challenge for this game, I think really makes this this game sing.
I really like the elegance of the design that way. I think it's really simple, but there's so much interesting choice in like here, for example, you're giving me a competition action, and I have to choose one pair, either the shamisen and the tea set, or the umbrella and the flower hairpin. Flower hairpin's most valuable, but if I take the flower hairpin, we're gonna tie on the hairpin, and I'll be up on the umbrella one, right?
That's right.
It's just kind of, it's like, which one do I go for? And I can solidify the control of the teapot, for example.
That's right. And take the shamisen.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I'll do that one.
Okay.
And so it's a very interesting, choice that way. There's a lot of really interesting things.
Yeah, and for example, this game this round I've risked the very last card being my gift, and I have no idea that's going to be just a random card I get. No, it's going straight to my gift, and I don't know if I played that well, but
yeah, it could be awesome, could be terrible. Is there anything that you dislike about the game?
So just maybe what we just talked about, that randomness of that at the end. I know you actually lost a game due to your last card, just being a bad last card. Yeah. And so I think this game is prone to that happening from time to time.
Yes. Yeah, and that's arguably it depends on, the style of game you enjoy. Some people like a little bit of luck. But I think there's some mitigation that can happen as well. In sort of figuring out how best to manage the luck.
Right.
So, and Yeah, but I know what you mean. There's a little bit of luck, and it can be kind of frustrating when you are your next card is going to be discarded, and it could be the best card that you could really use, but because it's your last action, you have no choice. So
Yeah.
yeah. But I
Now,
think
what about
there's
yourself?
enough. I think there's enough agency that it's not that much of a problem, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is there
okay,
anything? Is there
interesting.
anything in your mind that you feel is a drawback?
I don't think so. For such a simple game, it's always hard to find, really strong criticisms. I would.
I mean, it is very straightforward. You know, it's definitely a warm up or a cool down game for the
Yeah,
night.
yeah. I find, yeah, like I guess my biggest shortcoming would be, I think, even though I've enjoyed this and we played it a bunch of times, I think there might be an issue with replayability long term.
Okay.
I'm sure that there are some kind of strategies, or you can fall into a sort of a rut with certain plays that will work or whatever, or you get enough of a feel for the game that you kind of what is the best move each time. That part I could see potentially being an issue. But that said, there is an expansion that can also be
Okay.
brought into play, and so
That maybe we would add to replayability then.
it could do. Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
So yeah,
So
that would be
verdict.
the only
What's
thing. That would be the only thing I think is long-term replayability. It's certainly good for a quick game, and there's a lot of fun to be had with it, I think. But yeah, long-term, that would be my concern.
final verdict for you?
Yeah, final verdict would be, I really liked the game. I liked it way more than I thought I would, especially since it was listed as one of the best games of 2013. And I was thinking, like, geez, this little card game is one of the best games of 2013. It
Right.
kind of, I could see that potentially being the case.
Right.
It's definitely a very elegant and very very nice design. There's a lot going for it, a lot more than I expected.
Right. Okay. So let's
see who
we've been slowly putting away at a game here. Let's just
I
see
think I gotcha. I do.
Oh, and on that note, don't forget to get out there
Get gaming.
and be legendary.